Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to our program for this morning. Yesterday we couldn't have no program. I was a bit caught up with the flu, and my voice was not so good, so I'm gonna try it today. However, we're gonna have an interesting, a very interesting program for you today. And today our trip is going to focus on our experience at the B2B in New York, and we're gonna have the weight loss challenge, where this was written by Hardy Robinson of Tampa, Florida, a motivational speech by Dr. J. Dentley, and we have a powerful speech by a lady that has been using TLC for some while, and and then we'll continue into the program. And in the meanwhile, we'll be right back. Yes, and we are back, and welcome back to the program. And I must say, our New York experience was great. There was about three people from St. Martin that visited the New York experience in TLC. It was an amazing experience for all you TLC IBOs, life changers out there. If you have not visited any of the 2018 regionals, I, I, I I can't stress on how much you should attend one. Then the very next one is in Orlando. That's the kickoff of the 2019, and then they have one in February also, and then in March, which would lead to the global event, which would be in Dallas, Texas. And you must find time and find the funding and try to at least be to one. It's amazing the people you meet, the power leaders amongst them all, the CEO of TLC. I You learn so much. I learned how to do retail sales in a different way. We learn how to bring up your IBOs, how to pep them, how to do teamwork. And TLC, it's such an amazing company. You will see some things that this company has done for their members, their IBOs. Right? Remember, we are not employees of TLC, but we are still treated with love, and that's the way. That is the way MLM supposed to be treating their people. And um, you know, it was a very short weekend. It started on Friday. On Friday, what we had first was we had a TLC Fun Day Friday, where we win some awards and they give us some specials, and it was one big hype. And thereafter, you had a registration, which was a long line. Lucky for us, we was in the front, so was in and out. And then we had a free time in between there. And thereafter, you had a very powerful business opportunity, which was done by Anna Cantera. That's the young lady. This young lady doesn't even look older than 35 years as yet, and she's one of the millionaires in TLC. She has covered the whole Santo Domingo. Yes, the whole Santo Domingo market. She's a Dominican by birth, and she has the whole Dominican market under her power. And she taught us how she grew, how she got up to where she was, how she loved her people, and it was very nice. And one of my most important moments that I had at TLC is during the weight loss competition. It was very touching. It was so touching that I felt a shed of tears coming out my eyes, because um, the guy that won it, he went through a lot. He went through a very much lot, and you know, TLC was there for him, and I must say, it was very touching. It was a very touching experience, and this gentleman, yeah, Hardy. I can't stop thinking about you, Hardy, because you know, it's amazing. It's amazing what TLC did for Harvey. It's amazing what the products did for Hardy. And without any further ado, um, I will I will let Hardy explain to him for himself exactly what all went down with him.
Well, my life before Total Life Changes, I was really just kind of wandering throughout life. Never was really into the weight loss thing. You know, my head got big as almost a house. To be honest, I was just out there. No direction, no sense of direction. My brother said, listen, fat boy, that's what they used to call me, fat boy. It's time for you to get some of that weight off you. So I found the products. Well, first he told me, he said, well, I tell you what, if you get under 300 pounds, he said, I'll buy you 5 outfits. I started taking the products, so I started seeing the numbers go down. But I think I got like 310, about 310 pounds. Then he died. Suddenly, you know, he's younger than me, so he never really saw me get under 300 pounds. He was right along with the products. I think the products came into my life at the right time because, like I told y'all, this is no bluff. The NRG, I think, is what helped me go through it. After then, I just went straight ahead. You know, I just kept going. When I first started with Total Life Changes, I weighed 360. I've lost a total of 85 pounds. I'm now at 275. My name is Hardy Robinson. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I have made a total life change.
Now, wasn't that amazing? Now, that was Harvey's story, and it was so amazing that it touched my heart. It really touched my heart to see that Harvey worked so hard. He worked so hard to get his weight down, and at the ending part, his brother, his one motivation died, and did not get to see Harvey made it through. And you know, his brother promised him 5 suits. Harvey was looking for those suits, and unfortunately his brother died, so he was not able to get those 5 nice suits from his brother. But I want you to listen to how great a company TLC be, and you gotta just listen to this.
Thank you. This company, I don't know, but everything good. Okay. I'm a big guy, but I'm scared as hell. All right. I wish my brother was here, but he's not. So.
He's here.
All right, I appreciate it. I was just pretty much running around crazy, just partying, doing all types of crazy stuff until this company. I was a real big old bad body man. So, got NRG. That's true. It's got me on the right track now, even throughout the funeral. To me, I feel so more emotional now than I did at the funeral. So I appreciate y'all being here with me.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all a little more as stuff comes back, okay?
We're going to ask you a few questions.
Okay. TLC, my storm. Then we had a story. This is it right here. Yeah.
What was your brother's name?
Chris.
Okay. So Chris offered Hardy 5 brand new outfits if he would hit 300 pounds. And Chris never got to see that day. So we're full of surprises here at TLC. So TLC is going to buy you those 5 outfits because you deserve it. Chris, we know you're watching us from above, and Hardy's going to give those 5 outfits to us.
Because you not only met the goal, you exceeded the goal now at 275 pounds.
Now, wasn't that touching? Wasn't that touching? From over 300 pounds to 275 pounds. Now, what I said about TLC, isn't that an amazing company? Hardy was not able to get his suits from his brother, but TLC chipped in and made sure that Harvey got those suits. And speaking to Hardy after the event, you know, Hardy told me he's a power user in NutriBurst, the tea, and Tichui, and he works out in the gym. And he said it was a long journey, but however, he made it. I'm proud for Hardy. Hardy, congratulations that you win the weight loss challenge, and I strive for anybody else to try it. I mean, I'm not big in that category. I'm not so high, so ain't much I could win in such a category, because if I lose more than what I got, I'll be like a peanut. But anyway, and we move on. And besides that, we had some retail sellers who explained how they sell their stuff. There was so much amazing stuff. We also launched of TLC 2.0, which will be launched in January at Orlando event, where they'll be changing our name, so we will no longer be IBOs, we'll be life changers, which makes sense in the long-term vision. We are changing lives in many which ways than you can think. We are building entrepreneurs, we are building millionaires, and we are keeping people healthy. So it's more than what one may think. It's a company that has done a lot. It has been in existence for over 15 years and is still going strong. And the team, the people that you met at that event was so amazing. A lot of the top leaders did not come to the event. Hopefully they all mostly function within their region. The next thing that was launched was the sample pack, where TLC will do a lot of marketing around the sample pack for you. You just order it, you pay for the shipping, and they'll ship it to your customers. And they will follow up with the marketing with it on your customers, and you just gotta sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So that was a very great, also new event. They will bring out a new app, a new Android iPhone app, which will help assist the life changers, the new name, the life changers, with the marketing part. And I find that so amazing. It was so amazing. We had speeches from a lot of people, leaders, the CEO Jack did some marvelous speaking, and it was dancing, it was partying, it was the bomb. On another note, we also had Miss Dr. James Dentley. Dr. James has been in the MLM market for quite some while, and this guy was amazing. He gives us some speeches there, and he told us about the three main things that we need to know: create, sustain, and advance. And here in this video, he explains to you exactly how we should do that.
One day I woke up just trying to do the best I could, because I didn't know how much time I had, because I could just feel life slipping away from me. And when I got that call from Kenny, I was looking for something. I got educated about nutritional products, and I just tried the tea like many of you. And I want to talk about team building, because team building ultimately is going to come down to everything you've heard on this stage today. It's going to come down to the power of your story. Because your story is the reason why all of us are here today. Somebody gave you a story. You created a story, and that's why you're still here. You're thriving because of the story. And there's people out there, millions of people that we're yet to meet, that we'll never know about today. That if we keep our lips sealed, the question is, who will lose if we decide not to win? And not to be perfect, but just out of love. Are y'all with me? What does this have to do with team building? Everything. There are 3 stages of momentum. I want you to write this down really quick. Phase 1 is called creation, active involvement. We only do 3 things. We get customers, customer getters, and we teach people how to do the same thing. We teach them most importantly through our example. Creation. That means we actively do the things we ask other people to do. We don't get big and on our high horse and stop getting customers and stop getting customer gathers, because then we're asking people, do what I did, do what I'm saying, not what I'm doing. So the first stage is creation. Second is sustain. Sustain means you keep plugging people in, but you stay with tea parties, teaching other people how to do tea parties, launch parties. You can do your live calls now on social media everywhere. You sustain it by sampling and teaching other people to sample. And now TLC is creating an engine, so now our customers can get customers, get customers, get customers. So the first is creation, the second is sustain, the third is advance. You advance momentum through events. Do things like this. But what's going to happen in Paris, and what's going to happen in Orlando? How many guys are going to be in Orlando? Say aye. Raise your hand. Say I'm going to Orlando. You got to go right now. You can't procrastinate. If you procrastinate, you're never going to go. There's a story of a man who would figure and plan of all the things that he intended to do. And yet when the time came for him to get in the game, that man never put anything through. Oh, he dreamed with a smile after a while of all the things he'd do pretty soon. He was already hurt, but he never would start. You see, he could never quite get into tune. Yet if he had done all the things that he got, he lifted amongst those of fame. But he would not produce, so he was of no use. Good intentions will never win a game. It is easy to dream, to plan and to scheme, but their dreams drop out of sight. But only the ones who put through what their dreams bring to view will be the ones who will win this TLC fight.
Now, there you have it. Dr. James Dentley. I think he hails from the Chicago area. This gentleman, he was very, very inspiring. There was a lot he said. This was the guy who told us about the advancement of Uber, how powerful Uber is, and they don't own any assets. The advance of Airbnb, who also doesn't use any assets, who don't own any assets. These are companies that are advancing and changing the revolution of the market today. And that is how life has to be. You also as a person has to change. You have to evolve. You have to move on. You can't stay in the same place at the same time because you're not coming out of your comfort zone. And that's what it needs for one to come out of the comfort zone to advance more in life. And all I can say to my life changer fans, St. Martin here, abroad, international, don't miss any one of these regional events. If you're an aspiring TLC life changer, make a date. Go and see. You learn a lot of things from people in person. It's not the same experience as learning on YouTube. Yes, YouTube is great. You see a lot. But that face-to-face, that hand-to-hand discussion, it's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It leaves an impact behind. You know, you get to meet people, people get to know you, and you make friends. That is most important. You make friends. You know, I made a very new friend there, and that's my boy Hardy. Me and Hardy, we connect, we link up on Facebook. Mm-hmm. You know, and what amazed me about Hardy, that video, Hardy went all out to make sure I get that video. He didn't have a copy, but he made sure he got it for me within 2 days. And now that's how our friendship begins, you know. And I just have to say, guys, make sure you are at the next regional. Now, we also had some very nice moments because they had this elderly lady and she was all revved up. She has been using the TLC products for a while, and I want you to listen to her story. You know, she is taking this to the next limit, and her story is so great that you just got to listen to it. Just take your time and listen to it.
Okay, the doctor told me
wow, you see the oomph in that lady. You see the joy. She has a mindset. She started with the weight loss. She achieved her first milestone and she was happy about it. And she's on to her second milestone, the first millionaire of her family. And if you don't dream it, you can't live it. You have to dream it first. You have to think about it. You have to want it. Whatever you want, you can get. If you put in your mind that you could move a hill, that hill will move. Don't care what nobody say. You will see that hill move. They just won't see you moving it, but you will see it moving your way. They won't see you. And we gotta forget about all the naysayers. The naysayers will get us nowhere. They won't get us nowhere. There's a lot of pioneers that passed and they was demotivated by others, but they still made it. They made it because of their willpower. You too. You can do it too. But you gotta get out of that comfort zone. You gotta get out of that comfort zone. Now, that's why I am using TLC as my driving engine to take me places. And today, I don't really want to talk much about the TLC as the driving engine and how it works. I leave that for other stuff. But I just want you to know it is my driving engine at the moment. It may be not for 5, 6, 7 years, but at the moment, it's a golden opportunity. And if it lasts for 1 year, I will take the golden eggs from it for that 1 year. At least in 1 year, I got some stuff. It's all preparing for tomorrow because you don't know what can happen tomorrow. So I want to be there in that train tomorrow when it happens. Now, in closing, I would like to give you some highlights of what's next in store from myself and one of my co-partners. We will be starting locally TLC training for those that felt that they did not get the proper training, those that felt they want to advance, those that felt they want to step up the game higher than a hobby. We will be providing basic training, advanced training, sales training, marketing training, branding training, and also we'll have our special Sunday cash flow fun day where we will be training the mindset how to deal with the changes that you will be taking. With that said, also we'll be having some special guests coming up also on the show, starting as of next week, hopefully. One will be a very popular person in St. Martin. We have some international people that I've met also that is willing to be on the show. And I want you to mark the date, February 1st, 2019. I'm in the process of beginning the 30-33 challenge. And it's for all of you out there that want to stay fit, want to lose some weight. You can start calling me for details. That's 721-523-3150 or cfo.richardson@gmail.com. cfo.richardson@gmail.com. You can start contacting me and I can start bringing you up to spot of what the 30-33 challenge will all be about. And I promise you, in 30 days, you will see a difference in your body. Now, last but not least, I want to put a video out there for you guys to see. And it's amazing. This guy also inspired me also. He shocked the living daylights out of me also. I never knew he had it in him. And, it was his first major time in front of so much people. And he can do a little touching on the edge. But I know I was inspired by him. I felt great. I felt great of his achievement, that he had the guts and the balls to do what he did, But I leave it there. And, this guy really needs some change, some touching. But, feel free to say where he needs his touching up. And right now he's on the move and he's willing. And with that said, before I leave, I'll take my NutriBooster shot. This is my daily vitamins. Very good. And don't forget my cup of tea. I'm drinking right now the Ayaso original tea. I'll try the instant tea in a while, but it's good. Take some tea. This is my daily dosage. I drink it twice a day. I have increased it to like 3 times a day now to increase the process. But you know, since I'm losing the little weight, it's working out good. So I want to start doing some exercise now and help it a little bit more faster. But with that said, with no further ado, and I'll see you next week. But I leave you with this young guy. And remember, I was inspired. Doesn't matter if you are not, but I was.
Good evening. Good day. I'm Reginald Richardson from the beautiful island of St. Martin in the Caribbean. I have 4.5 weeks in TLC. I lost about 10 to 12 pounds. Was not my big problem. My doctor disagreed. What was my big problem is very unique. Since I joined TLC, I lost the fear of someone saying no to me. Come on. I found a lot of agents, I feel they have the same problem. You say no, that's your loss. Move on, next person. I'm here on stage now. 4.5 weeks ago, I've been crying and trembling and everything. I got power to stand up here now and talk in front of the crowd. One powerful thing I want to say to you guys. Why? Why are you doing this? You make that your power and you will never be afraid to hear no again.